There's another Kiwi up in the Northern Hemisphere, Wayne Pivac, who stepped into that coaching role with Wales, which Warren Gatland had for so long, and obviously people are going to be looking at him because Gatland did such a good job of lifting them from being quite an average nation to being a team that could really compete. He's now 1 from 7. There's blood being wanted up in the north. Wayne Pivac.
Yeah.
1, how do you think he's dealing with it? And 2, where do you think he can take him from here?
Well, I don't know how he's dealing with it, obviously, but I know he's a fighter, and he's had a lot of experience, with Fiji, Auckland Harbour, a number of other teams. He's had a lot of success in Wales with Scarlets, and that's how he got the job through that success. And I just think it just needs time. It's similar to what I was saying before. Is if you see all the teams that have had change, it's still going to take time. The Wallabies are still learning with Rennie. That's going to take time. Fozzie's come in with a new coaching group. That's going to take time. Wales, on the back of a long tenure under Warren Gatland, has now got Wayne Pivac, and he'll have system changes, and that takes time for players to understand, buy into, or be able to execute. And if you look at the other teams that are doing quite well in international rugby, they've actually had consistency from the World Cup coaching group through to now. So it's just, I don't think it's panic stations, but I understand Wales as a nation. Like, if you think we're rugby mad, like they are rugby mad. Like they will live and breathe it more than Kiwis at some stages. So they'll be wanting instant results, just like our fans do as well. They want instant results. They don't want 2 test losses. So there'll be a bit of pressure, but knowing Wayne Pivac and the character he has and the experiences he'll draw on that, and he'll come out the other side, I have no doubt.
As a player, have you been under a coach who's been under that much pressure? And as a player, what do you say to a coach to try to help him along? Coaches are always there to help players, but as a player, can you help a coach in any way to make sure that they know that you've got their back?
Oh, absolutely. I think first off, you should do it publicly and take responsibility yourself as a player, and then behind scenes, like I said before, make sure it's a collaboration and that there's responsibility across the board, that it doesn't just fall on one person. If you split the roles and responsibilities, then you've got something to be accountable at the next meeting, and if it hasn't done, well, you know that was your role. That should never be just on one person, and that as players and a leadership group, and then you come together with the coaches and management, and there's enough heads in that room to make sure that you get it right and be able to spread the success, but also spread the responsibility if it doesn't go to plan.
Where's the love, Jeff? How long do you give a coach?
Well, I think one of the things that people talk about when coaches come into new groups, and Dave Rennie's talked about it, and I know Jamie Joseph, when he was starting out at the Highlanders, talked about it, it's about creating a culture. And it's not just about going in there. You might be a good coach, you might have world-class players, but things take time, as James said. And I think first and foremost, it is about setting the tone and how you want to play, who you want to play for, what your style is going to be about, what playing for the jersey is about, having those conversations. And then, it is tough just to go into a role like Wayne and try and get, results in a place like Wales where the expectation is huge. And it's just, I just don't think it's possible. And you have guys, saying, well, get Scott Robertson in there or someone like that. And even with the All Blacks, if Scott had gone in there, do you think he would have had far and away better results than the current team? Maybe not. It does take time. Just because you're having success with one team doesn't mean that that's going to translate to success with another team. I just think it's time. And I think, they just need to wait it out. I think we'll see better results going forward for Wales. It's just time in the saddle, really.
Look, I had him when I was really young, so I was all ears, obviously, at that stage, and he was great for me. He gave me, because I was, a young fella, you just want it all now, and he made me really understand that you don't want your opportunity before you're ready, because then you won't be around for long. Just be patient. He always just said to me, James, be patient, and he was exactly right.